Okay, my beautiful friends, again. Again, I have to sit here and say something I really don't want to say, but I must. That is a new record high for the stock market. It's incredible. The Dow Jones Industrial Average today closed at yet another record high. The rest of the market finished slightly negative, but every day this week, we've had a new record high in one of the major indices. I want you to think about that. I explained to you Friday with my last post-market wrap-up, the momentum was higher. I said the same thing on Sunday with my markets and look ahead. Momentum is higher, and here we are right now. There's a lot to this, and we're going to cover what's going on here. Look, what else do we know? We also know that no asset or set of assets or an entire market index continues to go straight up without a drop. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to get a drop anytime soon, not with the promise of easy money in perpetuity, which means forever. Again, we heard the same thing from Fed Chair Powell today, Yellowstain himself, who works for the devil. You have to believe me on this. I really believe that. Let's touch on that. I believe that the Federal Reserve is the most corrupt, disgusting, vile, dirty institution on the face of the earth, aligned with some very dark forces. What's your take on that? Anyway, so that's the story. And before I move on to more things, which I want to do, let's talk about cryptocurrency. Today, cryptocurrencies got hit. Okay. Great as far as I'm concerned. Bitcoin is like 44,000 and change. We hit 48,000 the other day. All right, so we get a little bit of a drop here. What does it mean? It's over? I don't think so. I really don't think so in this environment. I think it's going higher. I think the market's going higher. Does the market need a pullback? Sure. Should Bitcoin pull back again? Yeah, I think that would be bullish. Is it going to happen? I have no idea. I don't care. I really don't. The trend is up for the market. The trend is up for cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and the trend for the dollar is down despite the fact that today the dollar ended up flat. Crude oil got bid up today. That's going to continue. You know why? It's a game. It's another scam. They're playing on everyone. 10-year yield's a little concerning to me today, a little bit. Why? Because it dropped. It continues to drop. 1.135 last time I looked at it. Now, again, we don't want to see too big of moves here with regard to that 10-year yield. We want to see it relatively steady. All right, that's what we want to see. But we understand what's going on. The debt market today, there's nothing like it. The amount of rigging in the debt market goes beyond the rigging of precious metals, beyond the rigging of anything else. The debt market is the most rigged part of the financial world at this particular time, and it is a horrible, disgusting bubble. Did you see my article in the Trends Journal? It came out yesterday about the debt market. You need to pay attention to these things, people. Okay, so silver today fell under some pressure. Gold, I did put on a slight gain. That's where we are with the markets. Okay, now I'm going to do a little blow by blow and cover the day with you because you need to know these things. All right, so we know the narrative. The narrative is very simple, and I'm going to read this to you. This is this came out on Reuters. U.S. consumer prices continue to increase steadily. Well, this January, guess what? Prices are continue to go higher. I covered this earlier today. Now, this is a question I had asked. I want to read this to you, and I want you to respond. So why is it that Fed president after Fed president is trying to convince you that there is no inflation? Meanwhile, according to their own data, there is. Okay. Why are they so desperate to convince you that what you are seeing is not real? Like I said earlier, the Federal Reserve, they're an evil organization. I mean, there's nothing worse. They're it, all right? And they're involved in a global takeover. they're causing misery to people on a global scale, robbing the middle class blind of trillions of dollars in realized wealth that would have been acquired had we had normal rates. But the deliberate suppression of rates is a wealth transfer mechanism that we are clearly in the middle of. Never before in history have we seen the rich become richer faster than they are now, while the middle class is being systematically wiped out, erased. All right, I've been explaining this to you. Now, here's another narrative I want you to pay attention to. This is CNBC. Here is the headline, okay? Anti-vaxxers, people who don't believe in vaccines, are jeopardizing plans to protect the United States against COVID. Now, remember, in the New World Order, this is me, free thought, free action, and free movement will not be tolerated. They already got us, okay? Free thought, if you try to think for yourself, well, you become public enemy number one. Free action and free movement, they got us in lockdown. So this is how the New World Order operates, but it gets better than that. We'll cover that in a second here. The market was all over today, by the way. I mean, up and down, waiting for Fed Chair Powell to speak. And we got a mouthful from Fed Chair Powell. What did Fed Chair Powell say today? Basically, well, he talked about his tool. About 25 times the man today talked about his tool. Okay, he has some kind of penis fixation. There's no doubt about it. He's talking about it inflating, deflating the tool. It's very powerful. It's very powerful, this tool. I think he suffers from micropenis. That's why he can't stop talking about his freaking tool. All right, let's move forward here, people. How about this one? This is incredible. And I actually commented on this. This is a headline. Ready? Holiday makers face 10 years in jail for travel when visiting the UK. 10 years in jail for travel if they lie, if they're caught lying about exposure to COVID. Now, they're also talking about in this particular article, get ready for this. Okay, I posted a link to this all over my social networks. COVID-19 quarantine camps, jail time, and fines. Welcome to the New World Order. No free thought, no free action, no free movement. Get ready for it. Get ready for it, people. And like I said, a whole new set of rules are coming here. A whole new dynamic. Now here, the CDC is now stating that people need to wear 2 masks. You remember the first mask? They said we all had to wear a mask and they were very efficient and they were working for all of us. I was one of those who came out here and said these masks aren't going to do a damn thing. Of course, I was belittled, ridiculed by some, maybe even some of you. I doubt it if you're one of my followers. But again, now the CDC is saying, no, 1 mask doesn't work. So Greg Mannarino and others were correct. Now you have to wear 2 to block 95% of the particles related to COVID-19. And they're pushing the 2 mask narrative. What are they going to make it next? 3? 3 masks? 4 masks? I don't know. Something's up here, people. Again, I think they're playing games with us. They want to see what they can get away with. Again, this is the New World Order. No free thought, no free action, no free movement. That's the way it is. Now, I want to talk about this one real quick. So, this guy has been known as Dr. Doom, Nouriel Roubini. I happen to know the guy. We've actually conversed a few times. But he's telling you not to fall for the Bitcoin bubble. I want you to keep this in mind. This guy, Nouriel, sir, if you are watching, you very well may be, you know my work. Well, I'm going to say this. You, sir, you've been telling people for years, sir, that Bitcoin is in a bubble and it's going to burst. I'm still waiting. All right. When it happens, sir, you let us all know. Until that time, whatever. You've become a joke, just like a couple other people here. Like, I used to have respect for some of these guys, but you know what? I won't even mention their names. They're not even worth talking about. Maybe I will. In fact, this is something I put all over my social networks. Are you ready? This is me. You guys and girls watch Peter Schiff and Harry Dent. Tell them that I challenge either of them or both at the same time to a debate on Bitcoin and the market. I love the fact that these guys are gold and silver advocates. But with regard to the market and with regard to Bitcoin, I mean, they haven't even been remotely correct. Now, again, if either one of you guys are watching this video, contact me. Let's talk about this because I want to set you straight. Maybe you think you can set me straight. I doubt it because I think you've both been proven to be horrifically wrong. And you're making yourselves look really dumb. So I don't understand what's going on with you. Anyway, let's move forward here. It's incredible. Now, going back to Powell today, did you watch this? The man is reading a script. All right. He knows what the questions are in advance. This is a fact. Okay. Sometimes a question or two will sneak through that isn't scripted. And then he goes like this. He gets all tongue-tied. But if you watch his mannerisms. I cover this all the time. When he's asked a question from one of the people in the Q&A, he looks down first. He looks down. As a matter of fact, today, he was doing this and actually flipped the page. These are scripted answers. It's a show. It is not real. Just like everything else. So twisted. U.S. budget deficits jumps to $163 billion in January as Washington pumps more money into the economy. Washington, letting the Federal Reserve fulfill their end game. Do you see? We have no government. We have no government. Our government is the Federal Reserve. Period. The end. They come out, they dictate the rules, and they lie and lie and lie, and people just tolerate it. Why? Let me ask you, seriously, why do people tolerate I can't even speak. Epic lies that come out of the mouths of the mainstream media, the propaganda, the fake news. I mean, come on. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, going back here to the double masking method can block up to 95% of viral particles, says the CDC. Meanwhile, we're already told that the one mask was sufficient. Supposed to be great. You remember all that? Now you need two. You can't make this stuff up. And now if you happen to travel, okay, to the UK, you can face jail time. You can face a quarantine camp. Define that. Is it a concentration camp? What's a quarantine camp? What are they going to do to you in a quarantine camp? And it's against your will. So again, are we really free? What are we free to do? Okay? I want you to think about that. And fines, jail time. I mean, come on. This is the new world order, people. This is the new set of rules that I've been telling you is coming. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. People don't. I just don't get it. But that's okay. That's okay. They're going to learn the hard way with regard to the market, with regard to Bitcoin, with regard to the new world order that I've been warning about, the stuff that I tell you things all the time, way before they happen. Do you think I just pull that out of a hat? I don't think you do, Anyway, with that said, people, look, I'm going to let you go. And yes, this stuff, all of this is disgusting to me. It is revolting to me to watch the world roll belly up to the central banks and their hideous, dark agenda. The new world order. People, there's no more waiting for it. You are in it. You are in it. The only question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You're going to be rolled over, crushed, have your body just destroyed, your mind taken from you? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to allow them to make you sick? Double masking now? You're going to let them put you into a COVID concentration camp, throw you into jail? Is this what we all signed up for? Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here. See you in the morning. I really have had enough of this.